We're back today talking about success, and it's one of my favorite topics, not because of my success, but because of what success actually means. What does it mean to you? What would you be looking for to know that you've been successful in your life? Well, today I've got the lovely Debbie Bryan with me. So, first of all, thank you very much for coming along.
You're very welcome.
And I just want to ask you that question actually. What does success mean to you?
So it's an interesting question, actually, because what success looked like to me 3 years ago or 2 years ago is completely different to where it was now. 2, 3 years ago, I wanted to do the coach, the 10K coach, the 12K coach. So what it looked like to me was monetary. And so I burnt myself. I was available 24/7 to my clients, even to an extreme of being in Jamaica and being on a Zoom call with a client who then said, you're not available enough. And then going on to another Zoom call in my room. And I just thought, what am I doing? I actually cut the connection with that client there and then. I just said, it's not working for me. And she said, wow, if it's not working, then let's stop it now. And I was like, yes, let's stop it now. And I come back and I was just like, what have I done? I've sold my soul for the money, for this figure that we're told that we should have. And so I had no boundaries. I had no me time. I was just available. I was very kind. So the easiest way to put it is I was very kind and very generous to my clients, but I wasn't very kind and generous to myself. And so from that moment, I kind of took myself away. I was training for a bike ride in India and I took 6 weeks off. I kind of dropped everything and took 6 weeks off to try and go, what do I want then? If I don't want to be doing that, then what do I want? So my answer now is success to me looks like freedom. Freedom to be able to do what I want to do, to work with absolutely amazing clients and to not people please and get in with clients that I don't, not right for me, not aligned for me, not kind of in the same energy that I'm in, and to be able to travel, to be able to meet people, and to be able to pay my bills. That's what success looks like to me. It's a much more balanced lifestyle.
I love
So,
that. I think that so many people have been down that journey that you've mentioned and been almost been told actually that that's what success is. You know, these
oh, hugely.
6-figure months or whatever it is, all these different numbers are used and they don't feel it, but they're drawn into it because that's what the messaging is out there. But actually, if you're not getting that personal fulfillment, satisfaction, and enjoyment of your life, then what kind of success is it?
What I discovered
Um,
is that the money soothed you. So what I would do, and I absolutely very passionate about travel. Like it's my favorite thing is to just look at holidays. Like it's my hobby, is just look at holidays and dream and stuff. And what I found I was doing is I was soothing myself. So going out for expensive meals, going out for expensive holidays. I'm not very materialistic. I didn't really buy stuff, but I would have this lovely holiday, and then I'd have to work really hard to have the holiday. So it's kind of like this cycle that I got in of that soothed me. I worked hard because then I could have the good holiday, but then I had to work hard to have the good holiday. And so I was constantly craving this soothingness of the holiday. So as soon as I'd had it, I'd be craving another one. And it was just the money stuff didn't really work. The day I went, oh my God, I've done the 10K, I put it on Facebook. My family and friends didn't talk to me. Someone asked me if it was fake. And I was already going, well, next month needs to be 12. And the month after that needs to be 15, because there's a saying for entrepreneurs is that the top of the mountain is the bottom of the next one. So you get to the top of the mountain, you see a higher peak, and you're like, okay, let's go. And we keep pushing the boundaries. We're like, let's get to X, and then let's get to Y, and then let's get to Z. And then, do you know what? Let's just start all over again, because we never ever get to this destination of where we think success sits, because you're forever just looking, and there's always going to be somebody who's more successful or perceived to be more successful than you. Let's not talk about turnover and profits, what the reality of business is all about. But there's always going to be somebody who's perceived to be more successful and having what you're doing. So if you can't sit inside yourself and be successful, you're always going to be chasing your tail.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what about your clients? What kind of success do you bring for your clients?
So I had a bit of a change. So obviously I went from coaching business development and, being very behind the scenes, supporting people, supporting business owners, tried to work out what I wanted to do after that. And then I did a bike ride around India. I used that as part of my talk for my TEDx, and I decided that's what I wanted, was to be more of a speaker and help people to kind of understand that even basically that no doesn't mean no. It just means find another way. And so I did the TEDx, and then from there I've kind of helped people to get their messaging right. So I find it is, we said earlier, that sometimes people find it very difficult to voice what they do, who they help, and how they can help a person. So even if you wanted to work with somebody, they to get that clarity in their minds of being able to very quickly say, I'm the right person for you, or I'm absolutely the wrong person for you. So you don't have clients that work with you that aren't aligned with what you're doing and everything. I'm a big fan of like being the honey and not being the busy bee. So it's about attracting people to you that authentically want to work in the energy that you're in, that you can help, that you've got some sort of relationship and alignment with. If you're not authentic and your own honey and telling people exactly what you do, then you're going to get the wrong people attracted to you. And I'm very happy to walk into a networking and speak to 10 people and understand that probably only 2 of those are for me. And that the other 8 are definitely not for me. And I just like to discover that really quickly. And so that's one of the things I help people to do. I help people to apply for TEDx's so they can get more confident and to be a much more confident speaker, whether it's on a podcast or whether it's just visibility, really, because no one loves a best kept secret and no one pays a best kept secret because they don't know what you do.
Yes, yes.
So visibility,
Mm.
probably visibility is the biggest word.
Brilliant. Okay, that's lovely. So, how can people find you?
So they can search Debbie Bryan Coach and they'll find my website or debbiebryan.com. They can book a call with me on debbiebryan.com if they're interested in getting the clarity, getting more visibility, becoming a speaker. Then they can find me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and on the normal website.
Perfect.
Everywhere.
Brilliant. Well, we'll be sharing Debbie's links. So if you're sitting there thinking, do you know what? That's definitely something I need. If you're confused about your message, or maybe you're just not getting in front of the clients that you know that you can serve and you don't know why, then it's probably worth having a chat. If you'd like to share your story of what success means to you and how you've achieved it in your life and what you do for your clients, then get in touch with me and we'll jump on a call and share your story of success as well. That's what we love to do because there's more to life than those 6-figure incomes. And it's not that you're not entitled to earn, a great living through what you do, but by following the true desire of success, what success really means to you, you're going to find that the financial success follows suit. So till next time, thanks very much, Debbie.
Thank you for asking me.